Hello, everyone. Look, there's that little bit of stray hair there. I don't want to put hairspray on because I want to curl my hair a couple of days for something. So, right. So, if you're wondering why I'm here, oh, hello. Oh, I like that people are here right away. It tells me that you're maybe looking forward to seeing me or something. So, but I'm imagining that you're one of the few people that actually voted when I asked what time. Oh, I love it. I love that I'm part of your creative process. I hope I don't put you off. So yeah, sorry I'm a wee bit late, guys. It's it was nearly 1-1. Maybe it was 1-1-1, but I think it's actually 1-1-12. So wait a minute, 1-12. So whatever. And of course, it's not that time at all. For other people, it'll be far too early in the morning. So what have I just titled it? Shields up, Equinox, Rainbow Portals, New Earth Energy, Changes in the Air. I cannot stress to you how much I put absolutely no thought into that. So that is not my left brain at all. That is my right. Yeah, I'm like, am I saying the right one? You know what I mean? It's not my logical thought process. It is that just came through for what it is. And the reason I got that is that if you look at the shorts, I mean, it's not really to see, but it was like I found a tiny little, it must be like it's fallen off a pin or something. And it says town of Pickering. And when I Googled it, it said something about Canada and then it said something about Yorkshire. So it's probably one of these things like twin towns, like twinning towns. So, but that would be so cool if like that is some relevance to someone. But really, it was just when I picked up, my mum went, "Oh, it's a wee shield." I was like, do you know what I mean? And then it's just, you know what I mean? Because that's what's funny about it is that I never not notice the signs that they're giving me through other people. And sometimes the people notice it. But my mum like was just like, what? And I was like, that it's just funny because that's what I say. I say shields up for, protect your energy. So yeah, I say it all the time, you should do it every day, but really, really protect your energy because there's loads of God, I mean, I don't even know where to start. Like I can just feel a shift taking place energy wise. And I've been here before and got all excited in that for the world or for Twinflames or for even my own journey, but it's like, you mean, so it is, I wouldn't say I take it with a pinch of salt, but I'm more just accept and surrender to the fact you really don't know. Like, whether you see that, this is really deep actually, really, whether you actually see that in the context of something like rapture or something, like, you know what I mean? Like if you're, you don't know when something's about to happen, whether it be bumping into your twin flame, hearing from your twin flame, you suddenly feeling like you need to contact your twin flame, nothing to do with your twin flame at all, and feeling like I fucking hate this job and I'm going to do what I love. Or I can't stand this relationship and I'm fucking leaving. I don't know. But that's all the kind of, even the fact that I'll shuffle them again. But one of the cards that when I cut the deck, I saw the one in that deck that says it's time to walk away from an unhealthy situation, which I better just show you because but I mean, this one comes out all the time when I use these cards. Because this one's got loads of random ones, like it's got ones about a specific one about a son, a daughter, a pregnancy, where's the other one? Of course, these could be specific. Debt paid off. Where is that fucking card? But that's why I love these ones because they're walk away. There we go. Leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open for you as a result. So see how that could be about absolutely anything, but it'll be specific to someone. And so, okay, what I want to do before I get into being a bit distracted here is when I'm going live daily, right? Apart from the Tuesday night, because the Tuesday night is when I'm on to do, free cards for people. Oh, every other time I'm live, I'll always have these details. Every other time I'm live, I've got, the link up there, the donation link, and that's when, wait a minute, I don't think it fits. Why did it fit the other time? And then I feel that's quite fair to me. Do you know what I mean? It's fair to, because it means that on a Tuesday, so it means that people could literally just wait till Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? If you think about it, but it's, I'm all about energy exchange. And like I said, whenever I can, even if it's just And I always give to people that help me. Like, for instance, I found one. Oh, there we go. It'll fit now. I found one today. Now, remember, if you're new to me, sorry, Rick, I'm going to talk back to you in a minute. So don't go anywhere. I never mention the ones that I find, definitely when it's not for, definitely if it's for myself, that's just fucking stupid for obvious reasons. But, and I don't even share ones when I find one that I'm like, oh, that's help other people. I just always put the intention, make so-and-so find that or something, or, the same as I'm always putting out the intention, please don't let the divine masculines, mine or anyone's, be lured in by the false prophets on the twin flame journey, because some of them can put the fear of God in you. And that's why I feel it's so important what I'm doing for everyone, and the people that are doing the same as me, because it helps you know the difference between what a true divine feminine is and what a distorted one is, hopefully. But sometimes it's not easy to spot. And actually I can see how that I can see how that correlates with something in the UK media just now, how it can be difficult to spot false prophets, because they'll do some good for the collective and waking people up, but they're only telling you a half truth. And that's, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I'm just going with it. And that is like a lot of people reading the twin flame journey. It's like, you know, they'll tell you enough of it so you're like, right, this is definitely how I feel. But then it could be that the other person's side of it is going to be doom and gloom, and it's not true. So really difficult. So again, I know what they're saying, but that'll be difficult. But anyway, the whole point of me saying that is I actually came across, was it last night or today? I think it was just today. I randomly came across a general one that I'd never given over, and it was like a personal reading. I was like, so again, so that's how I love it that I'm that person for some people, but it happens to me sometimes too. And it was just fucking crazy, really. So it's just magical. So I've got a strong feeling that, so basically that's that. So there's the link that whenever I come on during the day, however long I'm going to keep this up, that if people want a personal mate. So I'm just making that clear because I don't want it to be about the cards every time I'm on, but I get the feeling that they want me to do this every day, because think about it. Every day when I'm showing up, there's someone that might need, like, and I'm not about this. I mean, I don't like people to be relying on the cards. That's why I wouldn't do like free cards every day. Remember that week I did do cards every day and people cleared so much energy. Like, I mean, I know that because he's told me, but it's not healthy. But so I wouldn't, like, you know what I mean? If I was doing this, like, I wouldn't want you to do it every day, but it's kind of like, I think it's just quite nice if I'm here, that if people need that support, and like I said, I might adjust the prices there too, because if it just depends on if I keep it like a couple of cards, or I might do something where it's like, you know, it's a bit more and it's a bit more substantial. But anyway, so but I knew you were going to, by the way, next, just to make it clear, that wasn't so that somebody donated right now as I was doing it. It was just so that people know what that, but thank you. I'll do you a wee message in a minute. And sometimes, because I was feeling it was like, I didn't know whether I was just going to have the donation link there just for basically the collective messages that I'm given, because they are powerful. So it might be that. But today I specifically wanted to just home in on, if somebody donates today, I'll give you a message, you know, while I'm doing the live stream. So I know that might be a bit confusing. I'm going to feel into it, but it's just because I've done it before and there's other people that do it too. I mean, I've done it ages ago before I've seen other people doing it, but it's just I'm not as big a channel as other channels. So it's but again, I think, and I honestly really do feel that's part of the reason why my work is so slow. Again, like I said, along with the fact that there's fucking blocks and witchcraft and everything in my work. Do you know that not one person went for one of those Equinox things? Which is so crazy, because it's like people are always telling me that they want a session, and it's just kind of like, and every time I put on a sale, I'm not moaning about it, I'm just like, it's weird. Every time I put on a sale, it's usually like one, maybe two people, and it's just like, it's so crazy. But it's because I don't get angry about it now, because it's like, I know it's because I'm built for the new earth, and I'm meant to be here helping people daily as much as I can, and every little bit and bob that comes in. So like I said, anyway, so but thank you. So I'm just going to, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to read back what you said. Do you know what we'll do before I do the collect? Well, I remember. I'll fling out the collective stuff. So I asked for a song from Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and you can just see which one is which. Like, so I was given the song because it came on my Spotify when it was Flowers in Your Hair, the Lumineers, I think that one is. So I feel that's from a divine masculine to divine feminine, like collective. Because again, that song's like literally like, it's really short, it's like 2 seconds, but it's like a really it will just be very meaningful. Especially because it's like be in my eyes, be in my heart. And also just the wording anyway, it's always spoke to me, that one. And because it's about someone growing up as well. So, and basically like growing up and realizing that what they want now. And then the other song I was given for the divine feminine, the divine masculine, was Come Alive. I fucking get given that all the time, by the way. I love all the songs in that film. And what is that film? Why is that? Next, what is The Greatest Showman? There we go. Yeah, all the songs from that are brilliant. I've not had a day doing the housework listening to that for ages, actually. But yeah. So, but you could swap it about. You could swap it about. Like it might be that, yeah, I don't see how it could be swapped. Well, I don't know, how do I know? But and I also feel it was Give Me Love, Ed Sheeran. And I know, because like I said, sometimes they just give me it clairaudiently, but I did just quickly press my Spotify, and it was that Lumineers followed by the Ed Give Me Love, which I love that song too, but of course I'm going to love all these songs because they're all my liked songs. But like I said, I don't love all of them. Sometimes I keep ones on there that I don't love, but these are ones that I love. So yeah, again, that whatever that means to people. But actually, that, come to think it, that Flowers in Her Hair one is really significant, because I do feel there's a wave of masculines that are coming, like they're about to arrive, basically. That is the feeling, because just with a few of the synchronicities that I've had, but I think it would be amidst chaos. It's totally amidst chaos. It feels like some of the ones that I've channeled like a year ago and a year and a half ago. So like I said, I give this message all the time, and like but it has actually happened for people when I've given it before. But so yeah, right, okay, so let's read these. Oh my God, wait a minute, how can I see the chat? What have I done differently today that I could? That's weird, isn't it? Because you know how I stopped being able to see the chat. It's a lot easier when I can see it here. Here, that's significant, because for months, am I exaggerating? I don't know when it stopped, but it feels like for months I've not been able to see the chat, and now I could see it. So what somebody couldn't see before, they could see it clearly. And I don't want to tap into all that karmic fuckery again, to be honest, because that freaked the hell out of me. When I came off of here, I found, like I wrote, but it's never the same as when I channel it. I found a film about, it was called The Mother-in-Law. So again, it might not be literally about someone. So like I said, it's different for different people, but it's either going to be that, well, it's something to do. It feels like mother-in-law. So it feels like it could be like it's either your mother-in-law, or it could be like your ex's mum, and then you might not be married or anything, and or it could be like your actual mum, or it's but it's something like that, right? But it's just basically like in that film, I mean, because it was really dark. It was one of these, it was one of these really cheesy ones that you find them, but it was like, I wouldn't say it was good. It was just, I just knew they were guiding me to give the message. But it was just because I was like, oh my God, when I was tapping in on all that heavy energy, and there's one I haven't published yet, because I just feel it might be, I mean, I think all the stuff I do is triggering, you know what I mean? I'm here to be a catalyst to wake people up. But I felt this one would be specifically quite triggering, so I haven't published it yet. But I know I'm going to have to, because it's for someone. And it's not that bad, but it's just, yeah, you know what I mean? It just feels triggering. But it's the same message coming through again. So that's when I debated publishing it last night. I wrote that in the comments. I think I will just publish it, because it's like, anyway, I don't know. But in that film, because it's specific, it's basically, it's like a mother and son posing to be a mother and son. So take out mother and son, it could be mother and daughter, it could be two anything, but two people that aren't genuine, that were basically con artists, that were So I don't know whether they were after the woman's money, or because I only caught it halfway through, but it was creepy as fuck, because it's like he's sleeping. So that's why I said someone's sleeping with the enemy. And remember, this could be past energy, present, or future. So that could even be like you were with someone and they turn out to be like a nightmare. I mean, I don't know if it's as dark as that, but and again, I know nobody's going to say, but I know that is actually like, that is the case for like pretty much not all the people I work with, but there was one client in particular that I worked with that I actually used to reference that film all the time, Sleeping with the Enemy. And if you've seen that, you can get an idea why I'm saying that. You know, I've helped a lot of people where it's really like that. But I feel this is past energy, present, or future. That it's just basically like you said, you know, take this with a pinch of salt, but take it seriously if you were already sort of having alarm bells, because the woman, they actually make the woman feel like she's going crazy. Like, so the evil older woman was like opening the door. Oh my God, this is not funny. It's not funny, but I've just realized I was just explaining to my mum how, I mean, because like I said, although like, you know, I'm nearly 40, it's like, how could people can't understand my unique gift and how my mediumship works, and you know, you'll never understand it fully. But I was just explaining that, like, you know, when I get guided to certain things, and you know, it'll have specific names and stuff that's going to be relevant, or and I've just realized my mum was telling me about a couple of robberies that have went on locally, and that's what that fucking film was about. So again, it might not be robbery specific here, but it's like, so it reminds me of in the Kipper deck, there's a card that's called Thief. And I always feel rather than a literal thief, it's like an energy thief, an energy vampire. But it's just something about somebody's like, you know, not who they say they are, or like, you know, they might switch up on you, or double crossing you in some kind of way. Because, but then I'm just going to, this, I don't want to make this too long, but in that wee film that I caught as well, it was like the guy starts getting a conscience about double crossing the woman, because she's they've put her in a mental hospital, you know, I don't know what to call that, it'd be nice, but you know what I mean, but they think she's going crazy. So, and she's not. They were making her feel. So I feel when we water down the dramatic films that I'm finding, it's about, you could be made to be getting felt like you could be getting gaslit, to be made to be feel like you're over exaggerating or you're going crazy. And it's, no, people are actually making you feel like that. It kind of feels like, I think it's like someone going through spiritual awakening, and you're actually opening your eyes up to what people are really like. And you're right, but because there's more of them, it makes you feel like you're wrong. That, I suppose, when I pieced together what was Phil, and then right, it reminded me of that boss that I had. Like, again, I've had loads of bosses like this, but this was when I was a lot younger. Because then in the film, the woman gets away. So yeah, the guy starts getting a conscious, but I think somebody shoots him or something, and then anyway, it's all very dramatic. But then the woman goes on, and I've just looked at the Wicked thing on the New York, but she goes on and then double cross somebody else. At the end of the film, you see her posing to pretend to be someone else's mum, a woman this time, to fleece a guy. So do you know what I mean? It was like a guy fleecing a woman, and then that woman, the older woman, pairs up with a woman to pretend it's her daughter this time, to fleece a man. Beautiful, isn't it? The lovely gold diggers out there. So again, I really hope, I think this is just the darkness of the world reading its ugly head. I have no idea who that's going to make sense to, but that's what I caught. But I don't really want to, again, I want to light the sage, because I know this is relevant to people that I've helped and still will be now. And I hope to prevent the ones in the future, because that's really what, you know, I don't know, I've said this before, but it's like, I'm that good of a psychic detective and a medium and all that stuff with dark stuff that, you know what I mean? Like, when I've worked with the world's top mediums and that, like, it's that I would be probably really quite good at helping missing people cases, and but I don't want to do that. So do you know what I mean? That's why I kind of hide how good I am at that, because I've got no desire to do that work. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night, but I kind of do it here. Right. So, sorry, Nick. Thank you for your patience there. So I'm listening to, I read that about 1313. Oh, Divine Feminine. Wow, there's some huge energy going on. It keeps stuttering, hasn't done that in ages. Oh, what was it going round? Yeah, it is huge. And again, it is because these unions are coming together, and there's the darkness is coming to light. And it's coming to, it's obviously coming into the light in the world as well. Solved it, just needed to have it on slight delay. Right, okay. My nervous system is shot. I'm taking a leap and have faith in you and spirit. Lovely. The greatest showman. Right. Okay, so see, before I do yours, I'm just going to, it might be you though. Can I just ask if it's you? Because I was getting a really strong, and that would make sense if it's you. Because remember I said it's you, and there's a few other people that come on, that although it's a message I'm homing in on for you or them, it always feels like it's for every, you know what I mean? I say that about everything, don't I? It is for everyone, but I mean like strongly feel, because I just had a really strong feeling I was going to be doing somebody's personal cards today. And so it might actually be you, but I'm just going to see. So I'm going to do whoever that is, right, just now. And then I'll do yours, and let's see if I pull the same cards. Right, so this is for whoever it is that needs it out there. So it can be about absolutely any area of your life. And I'm being told to pull 4 cards. Oh, there's the first. Oh, and there's the first 2. Positive energy and rest. That's one of my Dark Night of the Soul cards, because it's they're sleeping. Surround yourself with oh God, right. See what I mean? I think this ties into what I was just saying. Surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. So again, although they've used very dramatic examples here of anyone in your life, the main the main character in that film, so regardless of that was a woman, but you could be a man, or it's, you change it all about, and it could be a woman, could be a man that's causing you issues and whatever, but it was like 2 people that were troublemakers, are gaslighting someone to make them feel like they're going crazy. And then it's frustrating because the daughter, who's a teenage daughter, could see what these people were doing, so then they try to go after her and kill her and that. You've been working hard, take a nap and get some rest. So that is either about, like I said, Dark Night of the Soul, and I mentioned spiritual awakening. That is when you're in your spiritual awakening. Someone in the Dark Night of the Soul is surrounded by negative people, karmic energies. But we're not just talking karmic lessons of the tame kind. This feels like somebody that is surrounded by negativity. It almost gives me a vision of like, it's that kind of feeling of like, it's ones that I've done in the past when I need to use, it is about time I get the Halloween decks out, like, because there's a deck I've got that's got like there's a card that says 3 witchy sisters, and then there's another one that's got like something about evil twins, and it's, I need to get that deck. Yeah, because I actually done a reading this time last year, and I didn't end up publishing that for one reason or another, because it was so freaky, the cards that came out. It was very accurate. But yeah, it's like that. It's like being surrounded by a load of witches, and you can take the W and replace it with a B, or and whatever male equivalent. But that's what it is. It's just like really not being able to escape this negativity. Okay, so I hope that isn't relevant to someone, but it obviously is. And 2 more cards. There's the third one, alchemy, but you've got the power to get out of that. You have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. So that means any career prospects, any business, any opportunities in love. And I know I said 4 cards, but these have just flipped out. Simplify your life. When you declutter your life, eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance the flow of activities. I'm getting a specific download about overworking as well. Again, I'm referencing a video I done months ago, and it was like, this workaholic is now realizing what's important, or something like that. Very specific, but that, because it's saying balance and work and life. Explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. There's the big changes. And self-forgiveness. Let go of old guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. Yeah. So again, I feel that is really going to speak to someone specifically, or probably more than a few people, because now we've got a new dawn. The worst is now behind you, and positive new experiences are on the horizon. So that actually makes me feel really sad, because it just feels like it just feels really heavy. Yeah, right. So we'll light the sage again. Right. So I sincerely hope that wasn't for you next, but let's do yours now. And right. So and it's Sagittarius moon now, so it's my moon. Actually, it might be the exact degree of my moon. Yay! Oh yeah, that fits. The worst is now behind you. Hope, positivity, optimism, and I've seen a beautiful double rainbow. And you know what? I kind of felt it was one of the rainbows where I'm like, I bet you this is like a new earth thing and nobody else is seeing this. Or like, nobody in my experience. And normally I know, put it this way, that doesn't happen all the time. Because like whenever my dad sees a rainbow or that, like, you know what I mean? He'll have seen somebody else who's taking a picture, or he'll have seen it, or he'll have taken a picture, or a sunset, or all that. But when I said to Mum, "Did you see that rainbow last night?" My mum never saw it. She doesn't know what I'm talking about. And I mean, that's not that weird, but I think it is. It kind of is weird, right? Because like my mum and dad are always about it about, and it was, you couldn't miss this. It was fucking massive. But it just felt, even if other people did see it, there's that spider again, creating a new web of life. Someone's taking a detour. They're starting a new that message just came. That's crazy. I've already had a couple of synchronicities today about rewriting your story or writing a new story. And that's what the spider is to me, is creative writing. And that's what I'm getting now too. It's like someone's taking a right, okay. So let's see what we've got for you next. I want to use the tarot. Oh, please remind me if you're still here. Can you remind me to do the divine feminine, divine masculine check-in? Because I haven't done the shorts of it. I feel guided to do it on here. But yeah, the energy does feel lighter today. Because I was in the Scorpio moon feels yesterday. It's like, that was, like I said, I'm not that intense every day, but I am once a month for those couple of days. It's like, I'm scared of me. That's funny. That's when I channel those journeys. Whenever you've seen the journeys when it's like, do not fuck with me or anyone I love. That's when I've channeled those ones. Right, what does next need to know right now? Oh. Let yourself receive, love it. And look at that. You are letting yourself, and you see how that really beautifully ties into what I was saying there, is like, I'm letting myself receive too. So it's like, see, I'm all about the teaching, as you know. It's like, I'm being guided to put that link up every day. As for whenever it is I'm on here, just put it up every day. And like I said, sometimes it's just like, look, I'm on here all the time. No, and I said today, so next, I was excited to see you too, but I'm really excited to see Nathan because he's not been able to fucking comment. The witchcraft and the black magic has been preventing Nathan from commenting. But what I said to him in the emails is, you're currently sewing I love you. Oh my God, I love that. And that feels like it ties in with me finding PS I love you the other day. So, because remember, the whole title of the video the other day was meant to be, I don't know how you done it, Divine Feminine, but oh, I forgot now. What was it again? It's yeah, I don't know how you done it, but you brought me back from the dead. Love Divine Masculine, PS I love you. That was what I was going to put in the whole title. And it's because I found the end of PS I love you. And if you know that film, it's because she's living in a total depression because he's died. And he basically brings her back to life with all the series of letters. And then I won't ruin the end of it, but it's kind of like, do you know what? If you've seen PS I love you, it's kind of, I don't know if it's fucked up or nice, but it's kind of like, you know what I mean? I don't know if you would do that. Do you know what I mean? If you went on the other side, would you send them to, I don't know. Anyway, watch it. I think you'll get what I'm saying. But actually, I think maybe, yeah, you would, because if it was truly a good match, because I channeled someone's loved one in spirit. If they're still watching, they'll know what I mean. And I've just been drawn to a sunflower up there. And that's what I feel will happen with that person, that her partner in spirit will send someday like they're going to choose them, but it could even be somebody that they know. So that's really specific message. That might be specific for someone. But yeah, so what I said to Nathan was, so I feel him coming back without the screen name and coming back as your name is symbolic of you stepping into who you truly are. So that's really deep. So again, that might really speak to someone else as well. Oh my God, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been you see how that yes, that isn't any revelation for me, but I think so you see what have I been saying to you for like 6 months, haven't I? I found out my twin is casually with her karmic ex several weeks back. I could friggin' sense it. So you could sense it, and unfortunately I sensed it, didn't I? Because I kept saying to you, are you sure there's nobody on the scene? I just think you're a bit like me. Are you a bit like me and you just would rather not know? Because I'm like that, to be honest. I'd rather not know, and I'd rather people don't tell me. And they don't tend to tell me, but they don't need to tell me. I can feel it. And like I said, it's not really, I just kind of see it as when it's your twin flame, it's not, you can't control people. If they want to be with people, they can be with people. If you want to be with people, you can be with people. But it's like, you know what I mean? That kind of fits. So I'm really sorry to hear that though. But again, Nathan, you know what the deal is. Do you know what I mean? She's madly in love with you. It's her self-worth is on the floor. So that's what you keep healing yourself and seeing through that. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. But things can change like that. Think about if you've been watching those videos where like that is specifically going to be for someone that look at all the films I've been finding lately where it's like someone's literally about to walk down the aisle with someone, or they're engaged to someone and they're realizing that they're bored of their life, they're unfulfilled, they're unhappy. And sometimes they're only in it for show, or it's all about money or something like that, or the person's after their money, or or it's, forced by a family, or pushed by a family, or encouraged. Twin flame dynamics usually are, I don't know why the fuck, well, I do know, but it's like, why the fuck does it have to be like this? It usually is like you have to go against the grain to be with your twin flame. It's just I happen to feel it's like really unnecessarily dramatized. Like, I don't want to home in on me again, but they are kind of making me for this bit. Is that, like, for instance, with me, like, before I done stuff like this, like what, it'll be 9 years ago next year, I literally never said boo to a goose. I'm the kind of girl that like chews a straw and stares at the floor. I'm that shy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know how anyone could have ever felt that I was like some kind of big issue but that actually wasn't on the radar in my twin flame dynamic. Like, you know what I mean? It's but I could see how now, people could twist it for me to be like a loud mouth or a big mouth, or I don't know, I've obviously been called a witch. It's a bit of what, you know what I mean? People will be making out like I'm doing, like I'm on here like causing trouble and fucking, you know what I mean? I'm just helping people out of a dark place because I'm a dark witch. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, and I don't fucking care, because at the end of the day, I know my heart, I know my integrity, and that's why I laugh. And I know all the people that I help, and all the people that I've helped them out of life-threatening situations. Not everyone, but a lot of people. And that's why they don't come on video and be like, oh yeah, I was in a really dark, unsafe predicament, and Claire, saved my life. You know what I mean? Or me and my twin were in the fucking darkest of places, and no, you're not really going to see a lot of these videos, right? But when it's a couple of years later, some people might feel it's the right time to do that. But that's the case. But it doesn't always need to be so dramatic. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, you're a hellraiser, Claire. Yeah, I know. It's just, you know what I mean? But it's just like I said, and it's not that I've heard anything specifically. I can just feel it. I can feel it, and whenever I have personal readings, which I've not actually had a personal reading for, other than when I catch someone like this, serendipitously, I've not had a personal reading this year. Is that right? Yeah. I've not had one this year. I think I got one that I'd bought last year, and it didn't arrive till like, say, the February or something. But that Well, actually, it's funny. I remember thinking at the time it was like, it felt like quite like a bit of an illusion, but actually, I think it was like, it felt like there was black magic all over this, what the person had tuned into, but I could feel there was truth with it too. And then and this is why you should wait and let things process, because I actually feel for the real time it was really pretty spot on. Like, do you know, it's kind of, anyway, lots of synchronicities today. So I've just noticed the synchronicity between me saying hello to Nathan and saying all of that and still needing your cards next. So let's just see. But hey, I wonder if what I was saying, did anything that I was saying, maybe could that have maybe been for Nathan, what I said before Nathan arrived? It might have been Nick's, eh? Because it was about leaving negative people. Like, I mean, if it's not for you, it's for your twin. I think it might, anyway. I'd rather not know, but when you're psychic, you know anyway. And yeah. So like I said, you're just like me, but a guy half the time. I know we've not got exactly the same lives, and I've went through, I feel like I'm further on the timeline, but I could feel you're quite, and that's what was not nice when I kept tuning in and I'm like, I could feel she was with other people, but I can also feel like it almost doesn't matter because like you're the one that she wants. So a common story with twins. I keep hearing in loads of different contexts, things can change. They're going to change in a second. And it's like I said to you, I can't stand that it has to be that way. And if, God forbid, but put it this way, like I have always been given messages about films like The Notebook. And if you think about in The Notebook, and I did get shown it the other day, I nearly shared it in the community tab, but I thought, like I said the other day, half joke. I said it last night half jokingly, but I'm not really joking. Like, more people, please, the people that like to talk, just actually you have been, to be fair, thanks, because people have been, but pay attention to the community tab and I'll use it more. Like, I'll use it every day kind of thing, because I really want to, but it's just I've got no momentum when it's like hardly anyone liking it. But I'm used to that. I had good training ground in Facebook and that, all that, right? And like I said, if you're new to me, if you've just found me on YouTube, I used to channel really profound, and I'm not being big-headed, it was coming through. I used to channel really big, profound messages every day, astrology messages mixed in with, just doing my own thing, numerology, all of that. I mixed in the tarot, people fucking loved it. And I would do that again on here, or I'll do it on an email list. And yeah, I really want to do it. But anyway, the point is, sorry, I'm going to get back, but not sorry, because it's always part of it. Nick knows that well. I've always, I was going to share the bit in the notebook because he showed me on the algorithm where Noah's waiting in the seat and she comes back and he's like, so what's going on? And she's like, well, Lan's back in town. So basically the deal with that is, she's the divine masculine and she's like, well, look, my fiance's back in town, and he's like, right, well, great. And so obviously that's the divine feminine. And then he's like, so we're back to there again. Like, we've just slept with each other all weekend and now you're going to go back and you're going to pretend that you're getting married and, you're going to pretend that I'm not the love of your life. That kind of vibe. So I feel that's really going to be quite specific for whoever it is I'm channeling this for. Again, a wave of twins. And then, so it's not the bit where she comes back, spoiler alert, but it's the bit where it's like, he's like, and he just has to let her go, as you do, whether you're a man, woman, whatever. If you're the divine feminine, you have to let them do what they want, because twin flames are not about control, because otherwise, if you force them or try to get them to stay with you, you're always going to be panicking that they're going to go away, but back to that, because the karmic people are part of the story. Do you know what I mean? They're the fucking lands and what's another example? The lands and the cha-chas and that's Greece, and the Joey Payson and the Dossies of the, what I mean? I don't, that's a complicated one to work out who would be who. There's always that, but they're part of all the stuff. So and your twins got to find out what it is they do want and what they don't want. And that's what can be unfair, because you're like, right, well, fucking great, I'll just fucking sit here and twiddle my fingers while they fucking work it out. But it's like, and that's why I can see why some people do give up, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, I feel when you really are a true twin flame and you get it, and I only get it the way that I get it, and that's how I'm good at helping people. But it's down to basically somebody really, really wanting you, and you're the dream. But for whatever reason, they tell themselves they can't have the dream. And unfortunately, you're part of that dream. And I feel I'm talking to some of you right now, whether you're divine feminine or divine masculine. I feel I've given enough of my own stories to be like, look, I get that, because that was definitely me at one point. It's just now I'm like, I really don't get what the fucking big deal is here. There's challenges here, there, and everywhere. But a lot of it is caused by people just trying to control others. You know what I mean? And that can go with a worldly thing as well. So, but yeah, I really do feel, I've said this before, but I really do feel we are at the bit in the notebook where you're Noah, if you're divine, waiting to see whether your twin flame is going to pick the status quo and the one that looks good on paper, or you're the exception to the rule. I'm just channeling so many films right now. You know what I mean? Coming back with a pen, being like, I can't get you out of my head. I know he's a fucking dick, because that guy's a total dick in that film. And then he has to come back with a pen and be like, you're my exception. Do you know what I mean? You are someone's exception watching this. So don't be settling for those karmic twins and karmic. I don't call it karmic twins. You know what I mean? If it's a karmic twin, it's not a twin, it's just karmic. So, but whatever. People call fucking everything catalyst twin and all these kind of different fucking labels, whatever. But like I said, I'm not actually slacking that, because I do resonate with false. Oh, wait a minute. I suppose I do. A false twin flame, that's just the same as karmic twin. Yeah, different labels. Anyway, so I will just finish. I'm going to finish reading what Nathan said in a minute, right? Because, oh, wait a minute. I have sent my twin that notebook fight scene. It's on YouTube. I've watched that scene several times. Oh, fuck. So that's the one I'm talking about, because that's what it leads to. Oh, shit, yeah, because it's like, he's like, you're a pain in the ass, and I tell you when you're being a pain in the ass, and I'm something. But that's how it works. And that would be, you know, if you're fighting all the time, that is karmic. But it is kind of like that's. Sorry, I'm just doing the synchronicity. This is making me cringe right now, because I just realised that yesterday I said that me and my twin have got opposite Venus and Mars. And by the way, Venus and Mars is masculine and feminine. And it's true. I've got Venus in Aries, and he's got Mars in Libra. Libra's about people pleasing and keeping everyone happy. I'd love peace and harmony and being a nice person. I said my twin is a nice person. And Mars is like, well, Mars is Aries, but Aries is passion and follow your heart, and it's being assertive, and it's like, and it's truth. So, you know what I mean? You've got to meet in the middle. You've got to put yourself first, right? So you can't be selfish all the time, but you've got to put yourself first to be happy. Because if you fucking take actions to keep everybody else happy all the time, you're going to be miserable. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not miserable. I miss my twin, but I'm not miserable. And I sincerely hope that my twin isn't miserable. My twin's probably having a good old time with his karmic, because look, me and Nathan seem to be in the same timeline. So, but we just let go of whatever is happening. Or that's past energy. That's not for us to bother about. Right, so let yourself receive. Allow others to give you loving care. Receive without guilt or apologies. So getting back from, I'm not going to look at what's been said just now, because I just want to give Nick her message, but never apologise, because it's always part of it. There's definitely stuff happening, because I like, again, it's like I've no idea why I keep homing in on stuff way deeper, but I just know that when that's happening, it means that big stuff's happening, especially with some of the synchronicities lately. But yeah, I'm saying I'm going to have that link there every day that I'm here, so that if people want to get a wee read in, as long as I've got energy, then I'll do it. And then the Tuesday is for the free readings. And then, but because you've donated, it's like you are donating, you know, to receive a message for you. But you see how it's like, I'm putting that out there to receive, and now you're receiving. So everybody take that on board to how this fits for you, because that could be like for twin flame dynamics. And that's why it's came in that I'm now, you know, that I've been saw Nathan, and then we start talking about that, because it's like you need to, and why I've just given the example of my placements and his, it's like you've got to compromise, you've got to meet somewhere in the middle. Because what I feel why you were shown that, oh my God, think about it. We were both shown the same clip, but I didn't know that. I mean, you didn't know that because I hadn't shared it. I've said it, and then you've just said it. So it's like the compromise there is, well, you can't have the two people. You've got to make a decision. And I was, this is just too much synchronicity. That is literally, they didn't, the dark, whatever, the energies were trying to stop me from posting something. I pulled twin flame cards on my app yesterday, and it was make a decision. Are we in the fucking notebook right now? Are we in the fucking notebook? I've said this before, that mediums used to say to me all the time, I was going to be in that predicament where I was with someone, and then the one that I wanted was coming back to fight for me. But I just think they got it a bit mixed up. Oh, it's just, anyway, it kind of does make me laugh. But yeah, so allow others to give you love and care, receive without guilt or apologies. So this is you receiving. Let's see what else Nick needs to know. The same fucking message. The same fucking message. Let yourself receive. Allow others to give you love and care. Receive without guilt or apologies. So again, remember what I said. This is for Nick, but it's for everyone that resonates with this. If you're the divine masculine energy in particular, but divine feminine, like, you're allowed to receive the love and care and support that you do deserve at this time. What else for Nick's? And if it speaks to other people, great. Blessed, yeah. And because of that, because you now understand how worthy you are and how loved you are, this blessed change comes about. A major life change brings you great blessings. So I really do feel that's going to be some kind of, I need to check every, it's like it's going to be some kind of huge life change. I feel it's like being away from whatever makes you feel trapped in your own skin. That's what I'm feeling. And then we've got something here about father healing. Your personal power increases as you give any father related issues to heaven. So that can be exactly what it says, father stuff, or it can be you healing your own divine masculine energy. So I feel it's about like you putting it, oh, the boundaries. Wait a minute, I need to go get an affirmation. Time's up. Except I don't know if you really hear it that well when it's on the Zoom. The alarm's going off. The alarm's going off. Time's up. Time's up for something. This fell on the floor today. But another weird thing is, this will have some kind of meaning. It was kind of triggering for me because I found it a couple of days ago, and for some reason I have no idea why it was in there, but it was actually in an envelope. And all it had was Claire on it, but it was in an envelope that's someone from my past. Like it was a birthday card or something. So it wasn't the card, it was the envelope, but because I know their handwriting. And it was just, you know, it was just, I don't really know how to feel about it. It was just one of those like, oh, they're not in my life anymore. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of poignant, I suppose is the word. So that's going to have meaning to someone too. It's like it's someone that's meant to be in my past. But it was just weird anyway. So that's going to have meaning to someone. Like that someone, I feel it's like, you know, you need to let go of the past. But it's sad. So that is the same as the podcast that I shared the other day that's about seasons, which is why I shared it, because of the equinox. Because I feel like we're going to start crying now, but it's like, I mean, it's like, I know that this has to change, but it's just sad that it went like this. So, but the affirmation, and it's August the 20th. So I don't even think this is from this year, by the way. It definitely isn't. Doesn't matter though, because it's not got a year on it, but it's the affirmation. So it's August 20th might be significant. I deserve to set boundaries and to have them respected. So how powerful is that? Like, it's like, that's why I feel, so this is for you next, but you see what I mean about how I feel this is for all divine masculines. It's like the lesson that hopefully you've learned is that you have boundaries and you deserve to set them and to have them, you deserve to have them respected. And wherever anyone isn't respecting your spiritual, mental, emotional, physical boundaries, they'll be dealt with karmically. You know, karma gonna get you. And so I feel that'll be different for different people, because like I said, sometimes it's karmic justice and sometimes it's like, well, sometimes it's legal justice. As you think about what I was saying about, like, oh, synchronicities were like robberies and shit like that. Anyway, so yeah, it'll be something. So right, let's get into the tarot now. Let's just shuffle this random deck, because this has got, if this says something about your sons or something, because this is the one that's right. What else does Nyx in particular need to know? Whom do you need to forgive? As you release, so I just want to stress that, right? The reason why I tied that in the father card is because father is divine masculine energy, and divine masculine energy within the divine masculine, obviously, but also within the divine feminine, it's about your boundaries. And as a divine feminine, when you have boundaries with the karmic people in your life, which is why I've found that affirmation in an envelope with a karmic, that was a karmic name in my life from the past. It's because I have set boundaries with those people in my life, even though there was love for these people at certain points. Because like I've said before, with me, it doesn't tend to be romantic. Like I said, it was once it was romantic and the rest it isn't. Because I've respected myself enough to set boundaries, and well, I was about to say to have space between, but it is actual fucking like they're not my life anymore. It's proper boundaries. That then means that my twin, and I didn't do it for my twin, I done it for me. That's the point. I didn't know that I was doing it for my twin at that point. I did know, you know what I mean? But it's like, I just couldn't let people be around me that were just disrespecting me that much. Like, because you're like, I'm a good person and I really don't deserve this. And so you either go one way, you'll be like, I don't deserve this, but I'll just keep the shitty pals around me, because, you know what I mean? Like, shitty might be, but you know what I'm saying? I'll just be around the people that have just taken that absolute fucking utter C word out of me. Or fuck this shit and no thanks. You know what I'm saying? And I love myself more, and I've got plenty of other friends that be treated like this shit, and they've probably been fucking standing on the sidelines being like, why did you allow yourself to be treated like that? Do you know what I'm saying? And that you reach that point. So for some people, it'll be friendships. For some people, it'll be family. For some people, it'll be your fucking person you're going to sleep with at night, sleep with the enemy. You know what I'm saying? So whom do you need to forgive? As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes come true. This is a really deep message. I always feel like I want to cry, because it's like, what I'm stressing here is there are people that we could really harbor resentment and anger and even hatred towards, but it's just not worth it. It's like me finding that envelope, and that, because on a deeper level, and again, because I'm keeping this anonymous, and I cannot tell you, I let go of so many friendships. We're probably, I don't quite know if it was 10, but it was like seriously a lot of people in a short space of time over a couple of years. And then if I stretch it to like five years, it was like even more than that. Because that's what's so weird. Like, it's like when I think of, like, oh my God, like I was friends with these, I'm not friends with any of them now. It's because I just changed so much. I also felt it was like a double message of that karmic person, like, is being taught that lesson now. So they're just a few years behind me on the timeline, that they're realizing that they need their boundaries to be respected and that they deserve that. And that's why it's kind of sad, you know what I mean? That it's just, I had to part ways, because you can't keep trying to save somebody that is at the same time, whether they mean to or not, they're treating you like shit. You see how that can be tying in with love and friendship? It really doesn't matter, because you should have love and friendship, and I think, but don't hold on to the pain, that you have towards the people that hurt you. And I know that's difficult if you're still going through it. So again, I feel this is more like for a past message, but it can be present too. You got to give yourself time. If somebody's putting you through the fucking ringer right now, it's understandable that you're going to have strong feelings towards them. I would stop myself from saying time's a healer, but you know what I mean? Because it's like, fuck you. But it is, because like I said, the things they're showing me in my own life happened long enough ago now that, like I said, I forgive everybody that's wronged me. But for the vast majority, all of them, I don't want any of them in my life, other than what I say all the time. I think that's obvious, but I always feel I have to say, the door's always open for my twin flame, but there's still boundaries with that. I deserve to set boundaries and have them respected. Do you know what I mean? But I do very matter, and it's, you know what I mean, it all works, but it's, yeah, anyway, I get, you know what I mean? So yeah, whoever it is that you need to forgive, release that resentment towards them next. And then we've got flower power. And what did I say about flowers earlier? What was that I said about flowers? How can I know them? Oh, fuck, flowers in her hair. I knew that was significant. So look, I've just channeled the flowers in her hair. Spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. So I don't know if you're into flower essences. Oh, wait a minute, I think you might be. Me and you used to speak about stuff like that, because you told me about oh, that was for hay fever. That was a water spray thing. But yeah, remember when I was like talking about like something for my niece once, you'd said, but anyway, if you haven't, my nana taught me all about flower essences, and so I'm really big on them. Hello, Brianna, how are you? Right, so wow, weirdly, I feel I've just stepped through that with karmic from anger to forgiveness. Well, it's not weird, it's just your guides acknowledging that. So, and I'm really proud of you, because that's really difficult to reach that point. Because like I said, when certain things happened in my life, it was like, I wasn't in an instant place of forgiveness. I was in an instant place of hurt, but I still did understand that it was just, well, it was codependency. I was never going to let certain people in my life go, because I'm so loyal. I was never going to let them go. There was loads of things that happened where I should have let people go, and I just wasn't letting them go. And I didn't see until I was meant to that was stopping my union from coming forward. Because if I never let people go and they're disrespecting me, including, by the way, I'm just going to be honest, some clients. that's a bit awkward, isn't it? But it's true. I had many people professionally that I've helped that, like I said that yesterday in more intent, stronger way, but that were a snake, really. They weren't who they said they were, or they were a shapeshifter. And some of these people are the people that send me the evil eye. I know it is. And like, that's why I give the warning, like, look, it's not me that's going to be doing anything to you. It's if you are still wasting time sitting, being jealous, sending me negative energy like that, you're going to find yourself getting ill or not having any money, or because that's something like, now don't be suspicious of everyone that's ill around you, but that is really quite commonly known, that when people are part of the spiritual warfare in your life, notice in your physical life who never seems to be well, like if they're always ill. Of course, that can be due to other reasons in the world right now, but yeah, it's quite good to note it. It's and just always be careful about receiving things from, like, physical things from people and that, because I don't know why I'm saying that, but it is true. Like, that's how people can, yeah, send you negative energy. Right, so autumn. And we're in autumn. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. And the next full moon on the 29th is the harvest moon. I love it. Peter Pan vibes. It looks like Peter Pan holding a fairy. So there might be something significant about Tinkerbell or Peter Pan, or... You know what I think it is? They're showing, in Peter Pan, it's Hook specifically. I've said this before, but when he can't imagine like they're all eating the food, but it's because they're imagining it and then they're able to eat it. And it's basically he's been reminded of this is, I think this is like what and you're creating just now. So the thing about you need to be creative to do your artwork. It's like he loses the magic of being a child or being a teenager or just having more fun because he's become an adult. And it's about getting back to that inner child fun part to really see the magic. Right, okay. Deep. And by the way, it is emotional, like, you know, because it's like I feel I'm tapping into the whole collective energy right now, but it's emotional because I keep, you know, that thing, like, I don't know if everyone else does that, but like when you're crying and you kind of like something, like something catches in your throat, I keep going to do that, like I'm going to cry. So I feel the emotion around something with you. Right. Oh, you took some essence today. Oh, that's crazy. What, some flower, like the rescue remedy, or that's fucking crazy, isn't it? So it's just that I just feel that reassurance for you then, that it's just they're saying you're doing all the right things. And I think it's just to get you to reflect on how far you've come. So like I said, that was for you. And I feel that really spoke to you, but I feel that's for everybody that's in the same part issue. Right. And I want to do some tarot, and then I'm going to do some, I was going to go when that alarm went off. And so, yeah, if anybody else wants a person, what I was saying is on the days that I come on during the day, if anyone wants a personal message, I'll do that when people donate, because that keeps it fair for me. But I'll still keep on the free messages on the Tuesday night. So there might be rare occasions that I come on and I do a message to people, but I'm looking forward to more fun with my inner child. Yes, absolutely. And that will come about even more when people are with their twin flames, because that's part of the reason why I feel it feels too good to be true. You're like, that was so much fucking fun that I had with that person. Like, you're not allowed to, I really, that might sound stupid, it's like, you're not allowed to have that much fun. Like, I've always felt that about mine. I've always felt like, there's just no way. Like, do you mean it's like, pinch me, I'm a dreaming kind of thing. And it's not as if, like, you know, it's, I was about to say something. I don't even know what I was about to say there. I'm just making myself cringe right now. But it's like, that is, you know, that's just the truth. It's like, but that's part of how overwhelming it is. Like, I know that I've, like, the thing is, it's like I'm saying this about me, but I know that this is for him too. It's like you fancy somebody too much. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and it's just, I don't know how you can't hide it. Do you know what I mean? The only way I could hide how much I fancied him was to act like I didn't like him. Like, I really think that I'm channeling him right now, but this is not him. That's how I feel too. So that's why it's so fun for me to just be like, I do really fucking fancy him a lot, but I love him too. And I've had a lot of fun with him, so I want to have the fun back, please. Only if he wants it. Right, so I'm now shuffling these, and I don't know why. I can picture a life with you. So this is Nyx's cards. And just they wanted to chip in with my wee cute bits. And the silence is killing me. You're so beautiful. Are we still in a Scorpio moon right now? I'm like, honestly, if you could see him, you can tell we're in Sagittarius moon because I'm cringing right now. Anyway, right, so what else does Nyx need to know? Of course it is. Look at this, 9 of Fire, the woman that does not take any shit. This is an Aries rising card. That's Nyx's rising. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. But also, I kind of like, I feel it is upright, but I did kind of feel it in reverse, and because it's the 9 of Wands, it's like this is a wounded warrior, but I'm kind of getting it's like, be careful not to be on the defensive where you don't need to be. I just want to get a specific, so what does that mean? So I feel there might be somebody, there might be something you might be on the defensive with. Yeah, and it's got something to do with moving on. See, I'm sorry, by the way. See how this is for you, but it's totally for other divine masculines at this bit of the timeline. The Six of Swords is about moving on. And I always feel, for me personally, it's like moving on to a twin, or just it's moving on in general, right? But it's like moving forwards away from the battling and having to be the warrior and having, I mean, in the sense of always having to fight, like be on the attack, be on the defense. Things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So this could be a literal trip as well, but it's something about just there's something specific there though, that's really specific about, and it might be again why I felt I was going to need to do personal card. It feels like somebody is going to say something in regards to you moving on that could be triggering, and you could be quite defensive, but it's like, I think it's a test for you to be like, it doesn't fucking matter what they say. Like you know where you want to move, and you know that nothing's going to stop you. I think I know. I think hopefully you know what that means, because I feel like I do. Use of an exciting new endeavour, use your originality and ingenuity. Outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous. You see what I mean? There's a bit, it's definitely this inner child, playful, fun element. It's almost like the part of you that would have stopped yourself from doing things a certain way because other people didn't approve. Like that's that status quo kind of feeling. And you're just like, nah. You know what? They pulled me to a synchronicity last night. And I've never, well, I wouldn't say never, but it's like, it's almost that kind of feeling of, see if so for whoever this is, when people don't really understand how important things like therapy and counselling are, there's something in counselling we talk about, like the internal locus of evaluation. And really it's just a posh way of saying your inner compass. So I usually say inner compass, but until somebody has really got that, which basically means that rather than looking to everyone else for the answer about about things that you want to do in your life, you don't need to basically, it doesn't mean that you don't ever get anyone's opinion on things in your life, but you know your heart and you know where you want to go. So it really doesn't matter what anybody else says in your life. And it's not actually in a defensive kind of way. Like, you think about it, this woman isn't like, fuck the lot of you, I'm going to get what I want, I don't give a fucking flying fuck what you think, right? Because sometimes you can take that a bit, like sometimes people might feel like I'm like that because I'm an Aries and I've got Venus in Aries, so I'm passionate. But it's not that I don't care what anybody, well, actually I don't care what it is like, but not from a hurtful place. It's kind of like, I know what I want. And it's like, I'm prepared to wait for what it is I want in any area of life. Like, for instance, I've been hard at the graft with this channel, with crystal clear visions in general, with the work that I do, having trained in so many different things, invested so much fucking money, which has left me in debt, blah, 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 blah. It's all of that stuff, because I know that in the long run, it's all going to be worth it and it's all going to make sense. And I just keep trusting that I don't let anybody else's negativity affect me. Do you know what I mean? Because I know that, half the time it's actually people that are jealous that they didn't go after their dream. But anyway, blah, blah, but it's not always that. But so you can take on board what other people say to you, but you actually know your heart and follow in your heart. And I feel that's what all these films have been saying the last few months as well. But that is why I always stress counselling and therapy, because when people haven't had that, they will tend to just go with the crowd more. Whereas after you've sat with somebody that is objective, they're not, biased on either side. They're, if anything, that, they're rooting for you to make your own decisions about your life. That's when you can really start to soar in life, because you untangle yourself from parents' things, from generational things further back than them, or from siblings, or from best friends. Like I said, a lot of codependency can be, the amount of times I see codependency in friendship groups, it's great. Like of any age, I work with people that are a lot older than me that will still say the same. And obviously with families and definitely romantic things. And it blows your mind it blew my mind when you see it for yourself about your own life. It's like, fucking hell. Like, you just don't see it like how you did before. You know what I mean? You will have seen it as like really close connect, and then you're like, wait a minute, this is actually not very healthy. And that's that's what we're meant to. It's part of waking up. But this is really deep. But yeah, so whatever you get from that, there is just something about because I've just, the 5 of Pentacles is on the bottom. Fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment, right? But I picked it up, right? This is exciting. It's to do with the new earth. This is in line with the shorts. I feel there's people that have encouraged you and maybe still encourage you not to move forward on your path, on your calling, or away from the different parts of your life that you want to and are moving away from. And it's about, what do you feel is right? It doesn't matter what everyone else feels. What do you feel? What makes you happy? What makes you unhappy? And the 5 of Pentacles in reverse means that poverty, mindset, or literal hard times are behind you. Release, there's a death card. The end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. Boom, drop the fucking mic. Love it. Do we even need the other tarot card? I can take that. That reaffirms my change of direction and moving on into forgiveness. All right, that sounds like things might turn faster than I thought. Right, let's see. And we've got information that can help you, but which may, oh my, wow, that's crazy. Listen, wait a minute. Oh no, it's fine. I'm sorry. That means something though, right? I'm panicking, right? Because I've got an appointment that I've got to go to, but my dad's giving me a lift, and I was thinking, but he's getting me. Wait a minute, can I just check my text? It's 3:15, I think. Yeah, that's fine. I could actually just sit here. Fuck it, I'm sitting here till 3:15. But I mean, again, I'm not going to do that every day. But I'm not here tomorrow, so I think I might just sit and chill. I might not sit here for that long, but in fact, wait a minute. Just in case, I better set an alarm because that did, but that means something. Shit, and you just said something's happened. Oh my god, this is so funny. This is what I just said. I just read something's happening faster than I thought, and look what I've just thought. Something was faster. That's too. I thought something was happening faster than I. It's happened an hour, and I'm thinking it was now. So do you know what I mean? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's too funny. Right, I'm going to set it for free and then I can have a cup of tea or something. Right. That's hilarious. But yeah, listen to this. Information that can help you, which may be difficult to hear. And that's what I'm saying. So there's, it could even be the message that I'm giving you right now, but I think it is a little bit that, because I'm an indigo child turned indigo adult, and I'm actually wearing that colour today. I always see indigo as like indigo, like purples, but these are the colours that I love, and they just drew me to my purple yoga mat there, which you actually admired once in the video. And she's got a purple dress on too, and purple's very spiritual, the crown chakra or whatever it means to you, and also there's a big cat there. I know that a big cat is one of your parents. I know that yours is more like a Black Panther, isn't it? But this is more kind of feels like my energy. Oh yeah, and then I just said I feel like I'm the one giving the message. But speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. So like I said, whether this is to do with the message that I'm delivering, but actually, is there somebody that's in your life that's a bit like me? I feel there's somebody, I don't know if it's that they're like me, but I'm wondering if it's that. I'm wondering if it's the women that you're doing that thing with. This is so funny, by the way, because anybody else, I don't know who this person is, but it's like, I feel there's somebody. If it's not that, it's somebody that's, right, put it this way, right, I'm going to cut that out of the way. You're going to know, right, when this happens, because I don't think it's happened yet, it is somebody that is going to say something to you that you could, in the past, you might have been defensive or taken it the wrong way. But because of something that you've healed within yourself, it's not, like, what I'm getting is it's not coming from a bad place. But it still might be something that they're wrong about. This is really interesting. Is it that there's two people? I just want to ask. It's like, I feel what's like speaking the truth for kindness. I think that is like, it's either me giving it right now, but I don't think that, like, what I've said is nothing that's, well, I don't know, how would I know, but it's like, it's either just what I said about needing the forgiveness, but like you said, that already feels like where you are. But I'm just going to clarify. I do think there's somebody that's going to say something similar, maybe just the exact same thing I've channeled, that's going to confirm this. But there's also another person that is going to comment on you moving forward. Yeah, that's what it is, because you think about it. So there's two people. There's someone that's going to comment on things in your life that are going on, and it's about the boundaries. There we go. I deserve to set boundaries and have them, and to have them respected. Someone's going to comment on things that you're doing in your life, whether it's work related or otherwise. And I think you're going to have to be in a position where you're like, thanks for your concern, but I know exactly how I feel and what I'm doing. So whether you say it politely as that, or, you know, like, I didn't ask for your input, it's something like that. And it's a test. And then there's somebody else that's like it's passing on a helpful message. It's something like that. Do more research before proceeding. Education forms seminars, going back to school. And then look what I just said. I think it might be in that within. I wonder if it's somebody says something triggering that's within a group. So it might not be the person. Excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. Yeah, maybe it's something like that. And then, yeah, it is. Do you know what? Right. Oh, fuck, I hate. Why did it, like, I'm like, why does it always need to go this way? But I know why. It's because it's been my whole experience. It's like a bit of, maybe a little bit of jealousy, by the way. And again, it's nothing that you can't handle. That's what it is. It's just, I think somebody might be can I just, like, I mean, I'm just going to say this loosely, like, you know what I mean? It's like, if an opportunity came your way and it was like, you know, it's, I don't know. There's something, because look, we've got the 9 of Autumn. This is the 9 of Pentacles. Reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. So whether that's somebody like a friend or somebody that's already in your life, and it's like they're a bit, I don't know, like surprised or triggered that you've just went from having a bit of a difficult time to everything going your way. So the kind of vibe I'm getting. Or it's like somebody you don't even really know very well, so who gives a fuck kind of thing. But it's somebody that you're gonna, that's what it is. Maybe it's two people, but it's like something like that it's like you're just gonna know. You're gonna know. And there's nothing to worry about. It's just a wee warning. Yep, because you're like, fuck this. Fuck this. So that would make sense for if it is a, sorry, my nose is really itchy. It's like almost been, my nail's that long, it was going up my nose. But it's quite handy when you itch my nose. But it's kind of like, that this is, oh, is this your mum? My fucking, when my nose is itchy, it's a loved one in spirit. So sorry, it is, I'm being drawn to the nose. But you can come in, but my nose is really itchy. I don't like that. The desire for a more meaningful life, realising it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Right, I'll end it there, otherwise it's overkill. But there is something about that it's like people are going to be commenting on you moving forward in several parts of your life. And it's a test for you to know your own heart and mind and tell people where to go. Oh, I'm in a couple of groups just now, and I had an offensive shot over the bow yesterday. Right. There we go. So it's about, I think you're always going to be tested about who is purposely trying to get under your skin and who means well. So I know that's a bit of an annoying one. You know, it really does feel like it's to do with your south and north nodes, because yours are reversed. That would make sense, actually. That really would make sense to me, where your north nodes are, because the north node, the south, wait, I get so confused. So the south node being an Aries for you, but with it being the 12th house, you see, that could confuse things because it's Pisces energy. So it means you could perceive at times the wrong person to be a threat. But it's just difficult because, so I can't explain it any clearer than what I'm saying. It's like, it's just what I've said. It's someone you don't know very well that's a bit jealous that you're doing well, whether it's happening right now or it's about to. I think it's to do with the new earth, though. It is to do with the new earth. This is the same things that are coming out in the shorts. And I get it. It's like me too. Like, right, like I make no secret about the fact that it's like a fucking roller coaster with me. business stuff, and and it is unfair. I don't worry about it all the time, but it's fucking weird. But I've had it channeled back to by other people, and I know that it's going to go from like 0 to 100, and I just don't know when. Like, but it kind of, to me, I don't really care, because I've not got anyone around me in my life that I care about that would be like, literally nobody could influence me in that way. I wouldn't give a fuck if the minute I felt somebody wasn't happy for me in any area of life, bye. Done it before, could do it again. So that's what I mean. Like, but that's because I've gotten to that point of being that empowered. So the bloom. Oh my God. Creations realize, right time. Harvest again. Harvest, harvest, harvest. Celebrate. It's your time. It's all of our time to be in the harvest. It's time for us to reap our rewards. Whether that is the money you deserve, the happiness you deserve, the success you deserve, the true love that you deserve, or the whole fucking lot of it all at once. You deserve it, and people are raging. There's certain people around you that are raging. Oh well, love it. Right, is there anyone else that would like a message before I go? I do think that was for quite a lot of people though. Oh yeah, and it's the 21st today. 21st is the world card. It's coming full circle. A karmic lesson has been learned. Like, you've went through your hard times, and now it's time to be happy. But there's always going to be somebody that's unhappy about that. I want to put the random, let's just see, I'll press it. Helium, again. Do you know, did you listen to that song when... So it's the one from 50 Shades of Grey again. We're not fucking going there again. I'm trying, but I keep falling down. I cry out, but nothing comes now. I'm giving my all, and I know peace will come. I never wanted to need someone. Oh, and this is about that too. This is about right, the messages are donations though. What did you say? I saw you saying something about PayPal or something. Wait a minute, I'll scroll. So if anyone wants a message today, it's through you've got to donate first, and then I'll give a message. Otherwise you can wait till Tuesday, but wait a minute. Let me just read this, just to make it fair, because that's how. I cry out, but nothing comes. Yeah, wait a minute. So, because this is it's about being away. Never wanted to need someone. Yeah, I wanted to play tough. Thought I could do it all just on my own. But even Superwoman sometimes needed Superman's soul. Help me out of this hell. Your love lifts me up like helium. Your love lifts me up when I'm down, down, down. When I've hit the ground, you're all I need. And if you let go, I'll float towards the sun. I'm stronger because you fill me up. And when the fear comes and I drift towards the ground, I'm lucky that you're around. Yeah, you know what I mean? So basically it's that kind of gist of regardless of whatever gender you are, whatever sex you are, but I actually happen to feel this is still specifically for you. It's dropping your guard. It's the one with the women. It's the 9 of Wands. It's like, whether you're a man or a woman, it's what I said yesterday. It's what I said about when it's your true twin flame. You should know this is how you know that you're near the end of the journey, is that you feel safe enough. You'll still be scared, but you feel safe enough to allow your inner child to be safe with that adult person. Do you know what I mean? Fucking beautiful. Wherever this is coming from, it's fucking beautiful, and it's very Sag moon. I can't tell you how on my knees I've been the last couple of days. Thank you. You're very welcome. But it must be you that, again, it was you that was feeling to give that message. And then, right. So wait a minute. Let me see what people are saying here. So again, I don't know what everyone else has said yet, but like I said today, for anyone that missed me saying that, when I come on during the day, if people want a personal message, because remember, I don't know how long I've just done that for, but that was more than, that was a detailed message. It's donations today. So, because otherwise, yeah, like basically the only day I do it for free is a Tuesday at night. Might start doing it during the day too, but it's so that it balances out because I do everything else for free. Do you know what I mean? Where does I get to here? I just want to read all the comments. I'm pretty sure I could pull a card for each person because it's Sad Spoon and it's me. Where did I see? It's like I get fucking blindness, so I can't read all the. Oh, right. I see you said that. I figured out a way to get a new PayPal so I don't have to rely on my twins PayPal. Yeah, remember I said, I was about to say that's fucked up. That's harsh. Don't be doing that anyway, Nathan, because remember I said, again, you can be like, fuck you, Claire, I'll do what I want. But it's, and you see, I could eat, this is funny because although I'm talking to you, like that's, you know what I mean? That's like the dynamic between me and my twin energetically. Do you know what I mean? I could give really good advice. He could be like, fuck you, Claire, I'll do what I want. I mean, that's definitely what he was doing last year. Do you know what I mean? And then you meet a compromise. But anyway, coming away from that, but I could see that that's what that was about there. But in the same thing, do you know, I'm really, no, fuck you, I'm doing what I want. So you don't need to do the fuck you in that. I'm just kind of being funny about it. But I would never ever use somebody else's PayPal and not your twin flame because it's too entangled. And if you're telling me she's sleeping with somebody else right now, whether that's got a label on it like a boyfriend or just hooking up with someone, it's just the fact that it's like, you know what I mean? There's a bit of codependency. It's like, I don't know if I call it codependency, but it's like you're leaning on one another like that, which you could say, oh, it's nice to me, but I think you need to have your own separate, especially because it's money. You need to have your own separate thing. And I know it's like you would give her the money and you just use hers, but there's something energetically about that. Because remember I said, I was like, I don't buy it at all that if you used her PayPal to buy something from me, which let's face it, when you're donating like that's what you're doing, she's going to be like, who the fuck's this Crystal Clear Visions bird? And then even if it's just that, she's going to be on here and seeing what you're saying about her. Except you're always fucking saying how much you love her. You're not saying anything bad. But do you know what I mean? It's not a good idea. So anyone else as well that needs to really think about things like that. Right. Oh, yes, that's what I need to do. I always try to donate and I can never get through to the donate link. It hates me. I can wait until Tuesday if I can get on. I need a personal session too. Look, guys, I can deal with these two things, right? Because I know, well, I know Brianna really well, and I feel like I know Nathan really well. I've not, although this is the side of me I've got to watch because that's how I've been burned. Trust me, like big time in the past. But me and Nathan have been bonded over here, and I'm very proud of the progress that you've made, Nathan, and the empowerment that I can do both your card. Here you go, right? So I teach people this all the time. Here's a karma thing, right? That I'll just do exactly the same kind of messages for you two right now because I feel that you need them. And then when you get the money, shoot it my way, right? So it's up to you. I'm being like a parent right now to do that. Hopeless romantics. Okay, does that sound fair? Right, so because it's like that's like what I do. So whenever I catch people that do stuff like this, it really it pains me. Like I'm not even kidding. Like sometimes I'm like, oh fuck, I really want to give them like money, and I'll fucking like I literally only got fucking anything, and I hate it. And I'm not even kidding. Sometimes when I've literally only got a £5 or a £10, I give it to them. And like, you know what I mean? It's like, I just do, because everything else is paid. And I'm like, I'm so grateful to get, and I can't stress to you, like, you know, when it is time for me to be able to actually not be so cryptic about stuff like that, I'll be more than happy to do that. Because I'm there, you know what I mean? It's so there's times when I'm stuck in my head, and but like I said, it's I also just, it's like I say to people as well, that's why I don't focus so much on like twin flame readings. And if I do, I prefer to do it in public and just say it, because I don't know why I'm giving this chat again, but it's because I'm so grateful. I could actually, that's, what the hell is the energy? I could actually cry with how grateful I am for some of the personal readings I've had over the years that confirm exactly how I know mine feels about me and how I feel about him. And but and this is a big but, it could take a while for that to manifest. And a while is fucking putting it mildly. Like, it can take years. Like, I've had readings a couple of years ago that were scarily accurate, but they were nowhere near ready to be manifesting. So although you can feel the truth in it, you've really got to just get on with your own life and be happy and be present and just, you know, be where you're at. And the same with, like I said, there's a case, I don't, like I said, I haven't done this for ages, but what do you mean? No, don't do it. But by the way, that is kind of that. See what Brianna's saying? That kind of reminds me of, like, it makes me laugh, but it's not fucking funny. One of the women that did manage to get through, but it's only because we were so close that she was like, "Why the hell is it doing that?" She was buying one of my bigger services, right? And when she was clicking the button, it was like, it kept saying, I don't know, I think it kept saying recurring or something, and it was because it's like a package, so it's a few sessions, and rather than the amount of money that is, which is obviously one of my bigger services, it's a lot of money anyway, because it's more services, it was like timesing it by 7. So do you know what I mean? I just thought, oh, that's so funny. So obviously it's going to put you off and you'll be like, right, fuck this. But thank God I've got such a good relationship with the people that are on my radar anyway, that she was like, why is it doing that? And I was like, what? And then I was like, oh my God. And I was like, right, just click this. And then it managed to take her right through and pay the actual amount that is like 7 times less than what she thought. So please, for the fucking love of God, if you ever click on something on the fucking booking schedule and it's coming up like, you know, something that it doesn't say, because it says it in the thing what they are, then use your, you know, that woman used her common sense, like I say, but it was puzzling her at first, because it could be kind of awkward if you haven't worked with me for, you know, 6 months or a year or whatever, and you might be a bit embarrassed, because I know it can get a bit, oh, just ask, because I'm never going to do the hard sell on you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never do. I'm a shaman. It's about, you know, when people want to come in. Like I said, if anything, I have to be careful. I'm not throwing anyone under the bus here, because it's happened a few times. But I've said that to people before, and I mean about bigger than a tenner. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've trusted that people are going to come back and do the right thing. And sadly, some people have not. And there's other people that I do believe that they still will. And I'm even open to people that have double crossed me like that to, you know, right. And I mean, now I can talk about this, because that did happen like quite a few years ago now, 3 years ago or something. Like I said, this has happened in loads of different, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I suppose it matters. Because it's like, you know, I help people that have been financially abused in that. And that's a bit harsh to say it like that, but that is actually, like, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's that, but it is. Like, that's happened to me a few times over the years, where people have taken my kindness for granted and they fucked off. That's happened with more things than money, actually. But do you know what I'm saying? It's a lesson for me, like, karmically, like, not to, you know, that why should I have to be doing out all the time to make sure other people are all right when you don't know what position I'm in. Which just doesn't go for today, by the way. This is more for the other people that have done this to me. And it's just also, but that's about forgiveness, because it saddens me that when some people do things like that they disappear off the radar, and then they're doing without the support and the help from people from me and from being around others, well, all for the sake of money that I wouldn't have fucking bothered about anyway. Like, just be honest and, just be honest and give it when you've got it. And you still, you know what I mean? That's what I don't get it, but I do get it. It comes from this is really deep. It comes from childhood wounding and thinking you're going to get a really big row. But I mean, people should have heard the stories. This, by the way, I have to stress, this hasn't happened recently. This is from years ago. But one of the women that I'm being shown owed me money and was, I don't know, just kept giving sob story after sob story, and I was falling for it the whole time. Like I said, this was quite a few years ago, quite manipulative though, and I'd found out it was really because she was needing to pay for something else, which was obviously way more important than me. This happened a few times, and then so we ended up, there was a wee bit of words exchanged, and yeah, anyway, it was a bit of a shifty character. But if this woman's still lurking, I do forgive you, because she done the right thing, she did. We just agreed, and she just we agreed to see, we just agreed it was like a bit shady, and then, well, she wouldn't have agreed in that way, and then 2 months after that, the money that she'd owed me, I found it in my PayPal, and I normally would be like, thank you, but I thought, you know what, that was a lesson for me just to leave it, because she owed me it anyway. Do you mean? But it wasn't like, I wasn't bothered about the money. It was more about the way that I was treated. And yeah. And there's been other circumstances as well where people have, why am I doing that? This is so general, but I'm just going with it. Again, there's been other circumstances where it's people have done wrong like that, and they know they've done wrong. It's just interesting, and they just stay away. But again, I think there's something about it. It reminds me of that time when I said before that there was a situation I was in years and years and years ago with a friend, and it was because we'd lived together, and I was a student, and you don't pay council tax. And then she agreed to that, and then she suddenly started saying that I was due the council, and it was only something stupid like £200. And my dad just went, just fucking give her it, and then she'll find out the hard way that she's lost a good friend. Again, my dad's got brilliant advice. He's a Scorpio. Do you know what I mean? And it was right, and I was just like, there you go, there's your £200, and you're never going to see me again. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's when you have to. So clearly, there's someone out there that it's like, it's not worth it. Fucking let it go. Money. Because people that have done that to me, it's like, you've lost a good person. What, over money? And not a lot of money. Not worth it. And like I said, it more just makes me sad for people that I know need the support. Okay, this is just too heavy, right? Who the fuck's this? Do you know why all the dark stuff's coming up? It's because it's Equinox. I'm telling you, I'm glad this is the last day of fucking doing this. It's all the fucking dark shit's coming to light. But I think it's important that people know that. You know what I mean? That it's like, if, I have to really start every time, it's a pattern. It's a pattern that comes about. But the reason why I don't stop totally being who I am, and I still do things like I do today, is because I just don't think it needs to be a big deal. Like, for instance, when it's people that I know, love and trust, and I know that I trust you, and it's like, it's no big deal to me. I just trust. It's like, yeah, just give it when you've got it. But for some people, it's just I think it's just showing people what not a big deal that is. Like, there's so much shitty energy around money. We need to just transmute it. Right. Okay. So, because before I've been the other way, like, I just do free stuff all the fucking time, and then I'm fucking left not even fucking being able to pay things. Do you know what I mean? I'm quite proud of the balance that I'm managing to, understand after all these fucking years. Right. So who are we going to start with then? Let's do, who asked first? Was it Nathan or Brianna? That sounds fair. You're an angel, Claire. Thank you, Nathan. I am one of God's angels. That is why I do this work. We're all God's children. For the future, when I have my new PayPal, we'll donate links except PayPal. Yeah, absolutely. You can use PayPal. Maybe that's it. You can use PayPal, or Ko-fi connects to PayPal. So that takes you through to PayPal. Basically, that is PayPal. And I'm going to start, I know I keep saying this, but I'm going to start using Ko-fi, either the memberships or I might keep that until we've got a bit more people, or I'm going to do I don't want to be one of those people that's like, I've just teased you a little bit, you know what I mean? Like 50 Shades of Grey, but not about sex, but about the reading. To be clear, I'm going to tease you, and now you need to go to the extended. I don't want to be one of those people, because I don't even think I know where you know what I mean? I don't think I know where the next bit is. Like, that's so funny. I would need an assistant. Like, I would need somebody I need to pay somebody to be like, where's the bit that I cut it before I then give them the whole message? Do you know what I mean? So you're just always going to get the full shebang with me, I think. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I know where to draw the line. Ironically, I'm good at teaching boundaries, but I don't think I'm good at seeing the bit when it's like, but I do for other parts of the journey. I basically know I've saw it all. But I have thought that sometimes when I'm maybe some of these really deep karmic readings, I think I might put a wee paywall thing in some of them that are really long. Just so that there's ways that I could start getting back, because like I'm saying, I'm not worried because I'm involved with all these messages when it says about abundance and harvest and everything. But I know it's got something to do with me being on here every day. Because all these wee things would add up. Do you know what I mean? All these wee payments, mind you, not from like 2 or 3 people, but it does actually. Like you said, it's like that does add up. So anyway, sorry. Just like I'm just chatting to you like so family friends, because you are as well. Do you mean I'm just kind of other people will be having these things as well. Okay, so I can pay. I just can't get to the donate link. I'm going to see if I can save it and try again later. I wonder, so it doesn't let you go through. This is just good technical, this is good to help me with technical things. So yeah, I think that's a message in itself too. Just love your life and enjoy your life. Be happy. Absolutely. Right. So it says from someone. Who's that? Who's the someone? Is someone Brianna? Because I don't think Nathan's worked out yet, because yes, that's hilarious. I just want to see what it says on mine. Oh shit, I need to plug my phone in. Yeah, so Brianna, yours has managed to go in. Wait a minute, I just need to get my charger. Right. And then we'll do Brianna's because she's got to go. That juice is nice. I love pineapple sweets and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like pineapple and orange or something. Oh, pineapple. Pineapple means reconciliation. There's another thing. Right. So let's do Brianna, because you haven't got. So thank you for that, guys. Again, I don't know why. I think I do know why. I think it's because it's awkward to talk about money. And I always get told that I'm one of the people that's here to help people with stuff like that. But I think a lot of it, I help people just by being quite frankly honest, that money is an area I've got to be careful about, because I can get really badly manipulated. And I'm good at helping people that have been manipulated by money. So do you know what I mean? There's always a reason behind it. It's so that I can help people with it. But I can spot the complicated things like that, and I can spot the conscious situations where people do that, and I can also spot the unconscious, which is why I gave different examples of each person that's ever done any of that to me, whether they meant it or whether they weren't aware of it. I forgive it. And I just looked at the karmic contract card when I said that. Yeah, and I just feel it's got something to do with my 8th house energy, being able to help people out of things like karmic. I just saw it twice when I've been shuffling. That's what I used for about 5 minutes or something for the thumbnail yesterday. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives, because it's some kind of past life debt, whether it's literal or an energetic thing. Very interesting. Right. Okay. So. Right, what have we got for Brianna then? What have we got for Brianna? And did you say you wanted a twin flame card message there? Becoming grounded, embodiment, living in connection. So I know you always used to like walking by streams and out in nature and that. So if you haven't done that recently, I feel you're really being guided to, because of these equinox strong energies, to ground yourself. Or it's like, or it's acknowledging that you've done that lately. Tease us with that coffee. Divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within destiny. Oh, again, so that is two strong messages. You know, it's like the Sophia codes, like the energy of the divine feminine, like really connecting, which again, this is so new earth, because this is what I mean. It's like, it gets said to me all the time, like people are always surprised when they do my first personal readings, like, you know, it's like, again, I often get guided to people that it's not personal like me, like they do readings all the time and they don't know who each person is. And I kind of, you know, sometimes I like that way, and sometimes I've been led to people where I actually get quite close, like you get with me. And it's like, one of them though, it was just kind of like, you know, oh great, here's another person thinks they're a twin flame kind of thing. And they start doing my cards, and right away the Empress always flies out, and then the Emperor, you know, the divine feminine, and they're like, wow, you really are like a divine feminine, do you know what I mean? And this really is a divine masculine. And I'm like, yeah, because they don't know that I'm on here doing this. Do you know what I mean? Until they do, or until we, you know what I mean? But the same people might not find me. So it's kind of like, it's about that abundance, you know, that is all around in nature. And it's about gratitude and kindness. And it's actually very similar to what you just said there, Brianna. So there's something about really tapping into that and protect it. Look at this. This is so the collective energy too. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. And that's not a coincidence. You just said that you want to book a session soon. So it's like, yeah, it's something about protecting your beautiful energy and like pulling back your energy. It feels like your message is tying in the one that I done for whoever it was at the start, which still might be you, because I said I needed to come on and do this. Can you tell me what time it is on the video? I have to go in a minute, so I can't tell you right now because it doesn't. Does it do it for anyone else at your end? But what I do when I watch it back, I'll tag you. But yeah, there's something, you do need a soul retrieval because it's got soul retrieval on it. And so it feels like the message I gave at the start of the video. So I think you should watch it from the start. Just watch it from the start, Brianna, and then find us, because the message at the start was about someone needing to pull themselves away from negative people and places. Brianna, look what I've just pulled through. I know we're twin flames. So whoever your twin flame is knows that you're twin flames. And you're like, well, do you want to fucking tell me who you are? Your smile makes me melt. Yeah, I think she put the pineapple on because I said about the juice. But I see that, yeah, the thing, I'm so scared of change. Oh my God. And the song that's on the Spotify is I'm so into you, I can barely breathe. Ariana Grande. See, when I watch this back, I'll be laughing at how serious my face, like I always do the, oh, wait a minute, I'll be able to see it now in the delay. Yeah. That's why I've got fucking wrinkles up here, because I'm so expressive. I'm like, I'm so grateful for you. So I won't kill it any more than that, but we've got, I know we're twin flames. Your smile makes me melt. I'm so scared to change. I'm so grateful for you, and I want to follow my heart. We need to book a session because I'm starting to feel, is this going back to the old one? So I won't be able to see the live comments. I don't know, by the way, I don't know where the live comments are going. Are you not being able to see the live comments when the video finishes? I wonder if my settings have changed themselves or something. Because I noticed that it's not showing up. Goodbye, my love. What are you clinging to? What are you clinging to right now? So I think there might be some tower moments coming about for you. I think there's some big change, and it's to do with New Earth. Oh my God, everyone's getting the same messages. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. Yeah, I'll be very interested to know what that's all about. I think there's somebody around you that is awakening to what this connection's about. Time has brought me the clarity. Time has brought me clarity about us. I made the wrong choices. Yes, I walk by the river all the time. This is so delayed. I still feel connected to you, but I waited too long to reach out. Is it too late for us? I still feel deeply connected to you, but I won't admit it. Right. Birthday. A significant birthday holds the answer to your question. So it doesn't need to be your birthday or the twins' birthday. It can be any, but it could be that you're going to somebody's birthday thing. And it is something to do with like your twin, because we've got marriage on the bottom. The fairies join you in celebrating wedded bliss. So remember what I always say, by the way, whenever I choose to home in on the twin flame unions, it's like that's why they made me say that chat about it's amazing when you feel it truly is about your union, but it can take a while to manifest in the physical. So I'm just giving that buffer, right? I'm just giving it. The fairies join you, but yeah, look. So whenever this comes about, it's like it's somebody that, well, it was like everybody, they were asleep. And they weren't confident enough to move forward with you. Goodbye to the, look at this. This is like old earth and new earth too. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. You've finished one part of your life and now a new, even better part is beginning. Is Brianna still here? I can't seem to stop pulling these. If my twin ever caught all the messages I say about her, it would be major divine separation for a long time. That's why I say all the time, I'm like, oh shit, I think I just crossed the line. I've just added another year onto my union. Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus. Yes. And one person did actually tell me that my union wouldn't take place till I was like fucking 50 or something. And it's like I've watched the same person blow up on YouTube and I'm like, oh, great. But that's why you've got to be like, listen, we'll see if she's right. And you might not even get to see it because YouTube might not even be around at that time. But yeah, I'm not actually joking. Like that was, I was polite about it, but I was angry because you never know. Nobody can be that. Yeah, you don't know. And it was just too, what I was told was too specific. And it's just kind of like, and it was so massively out of line with everything else that comes through. So Lord knows what that woman was tapping into that day. But if he comes fucking tapping on my door and I'm 50, fucking hell. Sorry, there's patience and there's taking the absolute fucking piss. There's, and by the way, there is some people out there that have, it's not even funny because there are some people out there that have been waiting like 20 years in that. I wouldn't be in this country. I wouldn't be in this country. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wouldn't be here. So you would have travelled a very long way for it. So that's a possible timeline out there, Twin Flame. But if you choose that timeline, I don't think I'll be opening the door. So, or if I do, I don't think it'll be. Look at that. I will come back to you when I'm ready. You've got to have fun with this. That wasn't me. Well, it is me, but hopefully Mawa's not ready when I'm 50. That was Brianna's one. It's coming back when he's ready. I'm sorry I betrayed your trust. I actually think, and again, I would only be able to tap into this properly when I'm with Brianna, but I actually feel I know who that is. But I would only be able to really sort of tune into that when I'm with her. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. I love you too. Right, okay, so that's quite funny. Right, so I hope that meant something to you, Brianna. Right, let's do Nathan's message. Oh, wait a minute. Fuck, Nathan, we better hurry up because my dad's going to be here in a minute. Right. What's that? A one-woman man. All the songs from 50 Shades of Grey are coming on. A one-woman man. And look at this. I don't know how the words go, by the way, but one-woman man. John Legend is on. So see that? I think this is your twin saying this to you. Oh no, this is a man singing about women. So it's you singing about her then. Woman, man, want you all to my side, don't want nobody else. You made me believe that love was forever and love could sustain us through every fight. You were saying about the fight scene. I've let go of all other pretenders. They were wasting my time, see? She's just dealing with some placeholders right now. I never thought that I would say this, but I could see us having babies. I could see it from the stars that I might give you my heart from the moment that I met you, you that I would never let you slip away. It's okay. You can make me a one-woman man. I hadn't heard that song till I watched the film. I liked it though. Yeah, so interesting. Yes, I know who it is. She knows who it is. Right, so. But what I would say is with some people, Brianna being one of them, because Brianna's a Gemini moon, there's been so many fucking counterfeits, it's just not even funny. But in a way, sometimes it comes back right around to where you began. Do you know what I mean? Interesting. Right, so don't let me, well, I was about to say don't let me ignore the alarm, it's going off fucking now. I just basically need to, I just basically need to get the message out quickly because I need to go. Right, so I'm not like the sage because then I'll be paranoid that it's going to be burning. So what does Nathan need to know? Yes, your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. More information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in this area. By the way, how do you know that your twins like been? It's not a sneaky link because you're no with her, but do you know what I mean? How do you know your twin's been hooking up with people? Did she tell you or did someone else tell you? Well, I hope she does make me a one-woman man. I'm not even monogamous. Wait a minute, is monogamous, is that not when you are? I get mixed up with all these words. But basically, if that's the one where you're not, that wouldn't work on this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not telling anyone what to do, but twin flame relationships wouldn't work if it's like people are allowed to go off if it's an open relationship. It just wouldn't. Like, that's not a twin flame relationship. You'd be better just agreeing to know that you are twin flames and going your own separate ways. It would be too painful. It's painful enough. That's my input on it. Right, what else does Nathan need to know? Let yourself receive. That's the same one that next got. Allow others to give you loving care. Receive without guilt or apologies. So what that card says to me is this is about healing the feminine energy. So it's about, really allowing yourself to receive what it is you deserve. And if you don't, if it's not coming into you, it's about healing the inner child wounds where you may have had to, be really defensive and, do things for yourself, and you'd rather do it yourself than allow that love and care and support to come in. This feels like the same stuff that came through at the start. Eliminate clutter from your home and work-life balance to flow that of activities. A mutual friend told me, and monogamous is when you're only with one partner. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I was getting mixed up whether it was good, because like what I was saying is like it's yeah, you just I don't see how anybody could possibly be a twin flame and not be monogamous. Do you know what I mean? It's because it's just complicated enough. Like, get all out your system before. Do you know what I mean? Which is funny, because before you awaken to being a twin flame, that's what you like. There's no point in me not saying that. That's what I always observed about mine. Before I knew what twin flames was, I was like, wow, like I'm so fucking drawn to him, but there's no he's not ready for a girlfriend, because even to be honest, like I don't know, like, again, I can't, this was just my feeling on it, as I kind of felt like even if he does get a girlfriend, is it really going to be a girlfriend? Like, do you mean? But then I feel he would have grown up and whatever, and again, I don't know, but that was my feeling on it, because remember I was a lot younger. I just was like, he'll end up cheating on me. And then it didn't help that when I went to mediums and that, they said the same thing, but like I said, they were probably, well, like I said, they were probably right, but because we weren't meant to be together until we're older, just hopefully not as old as fucking 50. Right, so your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. New career. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, successful direction. See how all the messages are coming through about, like, oh God, they're just amazing. Summer. Everything that you're asking for will come about in the summertime. So I feel there's going to be some kind of positive shift with you, with something to do with regards to do your calling or your work, career. That would make sense. It's like you're clearing some heavier energy. You said you've been doing some deep shadow work there to me in the email, didn't you? And especially, if she's still caught up with karmic partners, she's got some karma to clear there with them. And so by the summer, it feels like the energies, like you said, it always feels like you're in a really similar, I really don't know what to say, but we experience similar things, but you experience it like a bit further behind than me. And that's like a lot of people on here. What if you don't accept me for who I really am? I'm not, God, sorry, can you take the trigger in one? I'm not ready for commitment. So again, you see, it's just her fears of abandonment are coming up, and it's about people not wanting to be alone. You know what I mean? That's what it is half the time. And I miss holding you. And that feels like, so that's what I meant by it. It's like, it doesn't really matter who she's spending time with. It's just a warm body. Do you know what I mean? And but it's like, it's different with you. And will you ever forgive me? So perhaps she's got some kind of inkling that you might know about that. A million dreams, listen to that. That's very inner childy. That'll be my dad saying, okay. This is when we'll find out if my dad's watching me in secret, because it'll be like, don't say anything, Dad, if you are. Right. And we've got, my biggest regret is letting you go. Very dramatic, because I've got to go. You're worthy of so much more than I can give you. And I'm going through a spiritual awakening. As part of her spiritual awakening, she does love you. She'll be back when she's ready. I'm willing to give up on a life with multiple open partners for her. Well, Nathan, you really I would fucking hope so, because it'll never happen if you don't. Because look at me, I've been single for fucking 20 years. If that's not devoted, I don't know what. I've not been celibate for 20 years, so I just have to get that clear, because that wouldn't make any sense. But I have spent many years being celibate. Right, I'm going to get going, guys, because I've got to go. And I will see you, not tomorrow, I'll see you Monday or Tuesday. So I hope that helped, and thank you for your donations. And